Welcome to the topic on Singleton Services versus per-component services. In this session, we'll explore the differences between Singleton Services and per-component services in Angular. Understanding these two approaches to providing services is crucial for optimizing performance and managing the lifecycle of service instances effectively. 1. Singleton Services. A singleton service is a service that is registered at the root level and has a single instance throughout the entire application. When you provide a service in the root module's providers array, Angular creates and maintains a single instance of the service, and that instance is shared across all components and services. Singleton services are ideal for functionalities that need to be shared across multiple components and maintain a consistent state. Common examples of singleton services include data services, authentication services, and logging services. 2. Per-component services. On the other hand, per-component services are services that have a separate instance for each component and its child components. When you provide a service at the component level in the components providers array, Angular creates a new instance of the service for that specific component and its descendants. Per-component services are useful when you need isolated instances of a service for each component. This allows components to have their own independent state and ensures that changes in one component's service instance do not affect. 3. Performance considerations. Choosing between singleton and per-component services also has implications for performance. Singleton services can potentially lead to increased memory usage as a single instance is shared across the entire application. However, they may offer better performance for services that are frequently accessed as there is only one instance to manage. Per-component services, on the other hand, can help optimize memory usage by limiting service instances to specific components. However, using per-component services excessively can lead to redundant instances and increased memory consumption. 4. Best practices. Here are some best practices to consider when deciding between singleton and per-component services. Use singleton services for functionalities that need to be shared across multiple components and maintain a consistent state. Use per-component services when you need isolated instances of a service for each component and want to avoid interference between components. Always be mindful of memory usage and performance considerations when choosing between singleton and per-component services. Summary. Understanding the difference between singleton services and per-component services is essential for making informed decisions about how to provide services in your Angular application. Singleton services offer a single shared instance across the entire application, while per-component services create separate instances for each component. Children, by selecting the appropriate service type, you can optimize performance and effectively manage the lifecycle of service instances.